Decide if I'm gonna play music or not, because YouTube will eat it. What the heck? Can turn it on. Okie dokie. I don't know if anybody will come since it's late and it's been a while. So what I want to do with this one is animate them flying and like the hair blowing in the wind. Don't know how far I'll get since it's been hard to draw with. Sorry, I can't think of draw at the same time. It's been hard to draw with this like weird shoulder pain that pops up sometimes, but I feel pretty good right now. Post on a Fairy Fox's server. welcome to the stream. It's been a hot minute, but I finally went through the Theory of Axis files today and scrapped together just enough to start working on this scene. I tried to get it somewhat organized. Oh, it's a Meister! Welcome! It's been a while. Let's see what this looks like on 2s, and then if it's weird, I'll move it to 1s. We're gonna make Kiki's hair blow in the wind. And it is a toss-up if I want to like separate out like the faces and just do the hair separately, but that makes its own like can of worms, because like then coloring it in is difficult because you've got like 6 different frames to color instead of 3. I don't know. So I've gone for the draw it all twice method here. I guess 3 times. We're doing a 3-frame cycle for Kiki and Zoe. Mimi's doing a little fancy thing because she's talking in this scene. The benefit of drawing everything multiple times is it kind of does look like it's being buffeted by wind, because I'm not very super precise with my line art. But in going over the Fairy Fox's files, some of the scenes are like pretty much done, and some of them haven't even been started yet. It's kind of this weird mix of doneness, just pretty par for the course with me, but I'm hoping to work on it somewhat chronologically from here out so that I could just plop the scenes as I finish them into the file. Alright, so this is the part that's actually like blowing in the wind. But how are you guys doing? Anything new and exciting out there? If we cannot have pupil sizes changing, that is Pupils do not blow in the wind. I'd like to avoid that. Okay, that's not enough difference for me to tussle this up a little more. Especially this one up here. It's a little better, but this floof needs to do something crazy. I need to make a new floof or something. For this too. Our people still doing crazy things. Let's close it. Yay! I think it looks pretty good. Your cheek fluff isn't doing much, but that's okay. Alright. Next frame. Whee! I missed fairy foxes. It's just a fairy foxes kind of day. Work is busy. Is that a good or a bad thing? It's a black core! Wow. It has been a while then, because I've been married for a decade. I feel old. It doesn't feel like that long. My husband is amazing, and I love him. Yeah, I haven't streamed in like almost a year. It's been a mix of working on extra and freelancing and my nerves deciding that they don't want to draw anymore. Okay, that looks pretty good. You remember when the first episode came out? Wow. Good times. I was looking back through my channel the other day and just sort of like seeing where each video fell in the timeline of my life, and like, oh, like this is when I moved and this is when I was friends with that person, and it's kind of fun to go back and use furry foxes as like a timeline for where I was at. I love the first episodes. They are treasures. Okay. Because I'm feeling crazy today, we're just gonna color Kiki while we're here. Might as well. You go back and watch them all too. My nieces are about Fairy Fox's age. My nephews too. So when I see them, sometimes we have Fairy Fox's marathons. Although they kind of like get to episode 6, like let's start it again. So we don't get much farther than that. Oop, there's a little Roji notch. Roji has a little triangle on his nose, and the only fairy fox that has that is Andre. Does Indigo have it? Indigo might have it. I gotta change my, oh right, I lost my fairy fox's setting. We have to go hunting for that. Forgot about that. Okay. That's this in. Hold up, bring both of them. No, this is just for size reference. I know this has their true colors on it. So we'll just pick from this. Right, does this have their real colors? Now I'm questioning myself. Hi, Kitty Moon! Welcome to the stream! Oh, I'm glad you like Kiki. I like Kiki too. Oop. Almost got golden Kiki there. That's what happens when Kiki gets all the Chaos Emeralds. Yeah, I kind of do this bluish fluff legs. See if I can mimic that. Not that color. Close enough. That looks kind of cool. Yay, we've got a Kiki! And your line art is missing right here! And there's something weird right there! Let's just clean her up a little bit. She still needs her wings, of course, but we'll get there. Ooh, see that? Oh, I like that. That's perfect. Do I stream on Twitch? I do sometimes. I usually stream extra on Twitch and Fairy Fox is on YouTube. And once in a while I get crazy and I'll do one on one or the other. I haven't streamed in a long time. I kind of stream on a whim. I don't really have a schedule. As much as YouTube and Twitch tried to tell me to start my streaming career, you could make a whopping 90 cents a decade. But this is a for fun project, not a for-profit one. Cool. And then Mimi actually talks at some point. Right here. So we Kiki. So I don't know if Kiki should like look at her or just like ignore her. I'm leaning towards ignoring her just because less work and there's like no reason for her to look over. Oh, you do repair for tech. That's pretty cool. I have been wanting to get into that, but I am afraid to dismantle my GameCube and resolder capacitors because I've never soldered anything before. So I bought a little like practice kit to try out, but I haven't done it yet. Just got too many other things. It's in my list of rainy day hobbies to try out. Okay. How about we work on Kiki's wings? First we gotta So I've been experimenting with 3D stuff, which I wanted to do more of in this episode. But Kiki's wings have been putting me through the ringer. I have this like toony fire that I want to use, but it only works in a perfectly vertical position. And so when I rotate her, her wings just look absolutely stupid. And I don't know, it was making me frustrated. I was trying to mess with like the settings of the preset and like I got it so that it looks even more stupid from me from an even different angle. It's just the whole thing. But for this shot, we're just gonna stick with hand drawn. Oh, thanks. I'm just gonna try to learn from videos to start, but if I get stuck, I will let you know. Thank you for the offer. Whoa, it's a tricky Zerg. Hi. I use Blender. Yeah. You can't beat Blender. It's just the best. It's free. And I'm a big fan of free and one-time payments. I've almost completely... No, I think I have completely eliminated Adobe from my workflow. I don't even use Photoshop anymore. Which is sad, because I used it for so long. I think episodes 7, 8, 9, and 10. Most of 10? Maybe. I think parts of 11 also made in Photoshop. It's been with me for a while. And all those speed paints. Yeah, I haven't touched GIMP in years. I still have a love-hate relationship with it because it ran so clunkily on our computer growing up. So when I think of GIMP, I think of waiting. But I'm sure it's fine now. Hi, Minty. Thank you. I sometimes like wish I had After Effects because that's the only Adobe program I feel like you can't get a true replacement for right now. It is just really good at doing things that I wish I could do. But it's not worth going back to Adobe for. I won't come crawling back. Drag me back down. Put her down here. Amy's gonna be the final boss of tonight because she's actually doing stuff. For now, we'll work on Zoe. Now the question is, do we keep Kiki enabled? Because like, keeping her enabled will show me what's blocked. But also at the risk of me forgetting to draw a piece of the lineup. Though it's clunky, it is free. But so is Krita and Medibang, and like there's a lot of art programs out there. I haven't installed GIMP in a long time though, so I'm sure they've improved. The guy who runs it is pretty nice. Good to see you again, Blackcore. Thanks for coming. Enjoy your D&D. Let's take the liner thickness down a little bit. 10 to a 5 maybe. I don't know. Maybe I'll just do your face first. Yeah, I do like Krita. It's very similar to Clip's animation process. I think it's amazing what people have access to these days for animation. Like kids making their own series have a lot more options than Windows Paint and Windows Movie Maker. I got the bug to like make an old style fairy foxes, and I was trying to download old Paint and old Movie Maker, and it's just you can't like find it, and when you do, it's like not stable, so it doesn't stay open. I mean, that's kind of how it was back in the day. You just animate blind, basically, but it's worse now. I do miss Movie Maker 6.0 though. Movie Maker Live is a travesty. Ah, River is here to walk in front of the screen. Thank you, River. Decreased visibility is always a plus. Windows screensavers. Actually, a lot of those screensavers are still like included. I love the maze screensaver, and I would always customize it with like things I drew. So I would make like a space version, or make it look like you're flying through space. And I would make like a Chow Garden version. I love making Chow Garden versions. You're like, look, you're really in the Chow Garden, or whatever. It's my first 3D modeling experience, I guess. Texturing the walls of the Microsoft Maze screensaver. But I think my favorite quote unquote modern one is the bubbles. I have that one on my laptop. On my very old laptop, I have a laptop from 2001. It still somehow turns on. I have, they had like the screensaver where it was like, you could type in a word, like your name or something, and it would like make it like 3D and shiny, and it would reflect a picture. I can't really do it, I don't know. So you could like your name bouncing around, reflecting a picture. But I set it to be like a rainbow, and I just put a W in so it looked like the Webkinz W was like bouncing around, and it's still what it is to this day. It's a little Webkinz W. Okay, Zoe has the amulet, question mark? Yes. Yes? Yes. I don't know, would I hang straight down? Probably somewhere down there. Hey, River. Why are you staring at me? I think she thinks it's food time, but she's off by a couple hours. The sun's going down earlier. That means food comes earlier, I guess. Except it doesn't. I don't know if I want her flying with your mouth open. Alright, random. What are the chances of finishing this shot today? Maybe the animation. I don't think I'll get the whole background. Especially since Amy's doing actions. Does anybody remember that one Windows screensaver that was like, I don't know, it was like from Windows 95 or something, and it showed like a circuit board background and computer parts would kind of like float by. When I was a kid, I thought that it was like showing you the inner workings of the computer. Like, is that really showing us the inside? Maybe I should find a way to download that one again. But there was like a haunted mansion one where like the windows would flicker on and off. And sometimes you could see a little dude at like a writing desk in one of the windows. That one looked so realistic to me. If you looked it up now, it's kind of funny and pixelated. There was one time my dad downloaded like a Halloween screensaver where like it was 3D, which is pretty high tech for the time. These like kids would enter a graveyard dressed up in a Halloween costume, and there's a chance they'd get like scared by a ghost. So I just watch it with my brother for what felt like hours, but I'm sure it was not that long. We just watch and bet on the kids and see who would escape and who would get scared by the ghosts. Changeling, hi! Welcome! Let's see how far I can get on this. But it was a fairy fox's kind of day. And I think she could use a second ear. Oh, thank you so much, Changeling. I really appreciate that. I might take you up on it later. I was going over the script for this episode again just to kind of remind myself where I was. And there is an animation happy part at the end. Like, oh boy, that's gonna be fun and challenging. Good night, Femeister. Thanks for coming to the stream. It's good to have you. Alright, stretch break. Thank you. I really appreciate that. For now, though, it's like, get me organized. Actually, figure out where I put all of the voice lines. I did find most of them today. Oh, listened to this just recently. Keep. Ooh. But reading the script again, it made me all excited to get this episode done again. I wish I could just like magic wand it into existence. Ooh. Hi, John. You want to animate the rest of it for me?
Sure.
Thanks. Get the John version of Fairy Foxes. Yeah. Oh, look, there's a magic wand tool. Oh, it just so. I'm just gonna take a liner over there. I can cut it later. Yeah. Alright, it should be 3 zillies. Let's see how she looks in a loop. Very good. We'll have to knit. I'll do her color there. And since she's on the same timing as Kiki, it shouldn't interfere too much. Go steal her colors. She's got too much fancy stuff on her eyes in this. So, one thing I wanted to focus on in this episode is like making pretty backgrounds. And like, I have a very sky colored main character, so I wanted to do all these cool things with like blue skies. Like, do I want Zoe lighter or darker than the sky? Do I? Or sometimes I'll pick a sky color and it's like the exact same shade of blue. Oh no, I have to think about this stuff now. She's got natural camouflage. It hides her from predators. So where I grew up, it was like a developing area, so there were a lot of fields and stuff. And I frequently saw like circling hawks. They were trying to get, mice or squirrels or whatever was in the field. But it's kind of how I chose hawks as the antagonists. I was really into Redwall too, so like, anything that ate mice made a good villain. I really do like hawks though. They're beautiful creatures. So it's like bonus to get to draw them. Although many of them are complicated things and very foxes to draw. The hawks and the dragons take so long to animate. Like the shot of Melody in Fairy Fox is 12. It's like a 2-second shot, but it took like an entire day. Or an evening, I guess. Oh hey, it's Nat. Welcome to the stream. There we go. Let's see what Zoe looks like. It got a loop her coloring too. I really wish that there was a hotkey for copy and paste. It doesn't accept Control C and Control V. It might in the new update, but I don't know. I already learned the system and I've been dreading the new update that here just changed everything. Maybe it's for the better, I don't know. Hey! 2 out of 3. You moved twice? Wow. I do have your voice line still. Yeah, and no Control C, Control V. It's a very sad thing. Okay. So for Mimi, I'm gonna start at her like stationary pose and work backwards. Whoa! It's a wild Ryan. Welcome to the stream. Ooh. Hey River. River's so confused at me streaming. She's like, why are you talking? Oh, wow. How are your cats doing? Oh, good. I'm glad that all is well. What to do with Mimi's hair? The eternal question. I think I'm gonna like do it down swoosh really. Hi Era, welcome to the stream. Trying to knock out at least a shot of fairy foxes. Assuming my arm holds out. Mimi is the final boss of this stream. We'll see how far we get with her. I went for a bike ride today and I saw the world's largest spider. I've got I don't know, maybe 15 geese. I rode right through the middle of them and they started honking at me. Saw some fish in the pond. I thought they were only little ones, and then there was a big one. Whoa! Then the big one tried to eat the little ones. That's enough fish drama for one day. Yeah, apparently Michigan has like an incredible variety of spiders. Like you wouldn't think it does, but apparently it does. And about half of them live in my garage, it seems. I find at least 3 new species of spider a year. This year I found some kind of like a white orb weaver, and I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna leave it in the garden and it can do whatever it does there. There was one that threatened me by building a web directly in the window I sit in front of. It was probably the size of like, I don't know, like if you guys have seen a 50-cent piece, like slightly larger than a 50-cent piece. It was pretty cool actually. I'm afraid of them, but it was on the other side of a window, so I wasn't too afraid of it getting in. Kind of camped out for a week or so and left. I did take that personally. He was building a web right in front of me, and I don't know if you've ever seen a spider build a web, but it's very methodical. It kind of like twangs pieces and measures them, and it's pretty fast. Very smart little things. The spiders I hate the most are the little brown ones that are as fast as the wind. Like, those get in the house sometimes, and like, I hate killing bugs. Like, I have a major phobia of them, but I hate killing them, so I try to, catch them under a cup and put them outside. But the little brown ones, you can't catch them, and so I'm like I feel like Tom and Jerry where I'm like smacking the cup down and I can't catch this thing. And then it like disappears and then you just live in fear. But one time I did catch it under a cup and I was afraid to move it because I didn't want it getting out and going on me. So I waited till my husband came home. And I'm like, please, like, make sure you are at least 12 feet away from the house when you, like, release it because it can get back inside before you close the door. So I was like, oh, okay, haha. So I took it out and, like, to the middle of our driveway. And he comes back and, like, you weren't kidding, that thing made a sonic boom. Oh my god. But yeah, those are the worst spiders. Oh no, air spiders built a web to catch you. That's like even worse. Mm, I've seen more posts about lanternflies than I have seen lanternflies, which is 0. I've seen 0 lanternflies. Thank goodness, because I really hate killing bugs, and I don't think I could do it. I'd make somebody else do it maybe, but species and all that. Oh, they swarm. Ooh, that's not good. I'm glad they haven't reached up here yet. I was just in Ohio. I got to go to the um, renowned Pawpaw Festival. You've never heard of a pawpaw? It is like a weird fruit that is native to like the American Midwest. It extends in several different directions, but it's only ripe for like a couple weeks out of the year. And it's like a banana mango pear. But they don't keep very well, so they can't get put in grocery stores. They like go bad like within 12 hours of you picking it. But anyway, I got to go to the Pawpaw Festival and eat lots of pawpaws. There was a dude dressed like a pawpaw in like a big suit, which was terrible because it was like 90 degrees outside and he was dying. It was an interesting time and I enjoyed it. Era can kill anything but spiders. Yeah, because they crinkle up and look all gross and like dead flies just look dramatic, but dead spiders are like, I don't know, they ignite some sort of additional fear. What should Mimi do with her hand here? Guess it should just be like normal. Yeah, at the, at the Pawpaw Festival, they had this like pawpaw tasting event where they had pawpaw professionals, examining these fruits. And you're like, oh yes, I'm from Spain and I'm cultivating this variety. And this person said, oh, I'm from France and I'm cultivating this variety. And somebody from like the Czech Republic and and they all have cool European accents. Somebody's like, I am from Athens, and they said a complete American accent. And I'm like, wow, they don't even have an accent. That's interesting. I wonder if they grew up here or something. It turns out Athens is like the name of the neighboring town. It's just Athens, Ohio. Like, oh. Yeah, there's that part of the country where it's like Indiana and I guess Ohio too, where they just steal city names from foreign countries. It's like Peru, Indiana. It's not a city. Yeah, the greatest affront though is Michigan City, Indiana. Like, come on, guys. How could you get it so wrong? In Michigan, though, we have a town, a city called Battle Creek. And if you look up the story behind Battle Creek, it was like these pioneer surveyors who like their sandwich or lunchbox was stolen by some natives and they like had a squabble over it and they decided to name the town Battle Creek after that. At least that's what I've been told. Who knows if it's real. I don't remember if there were shots fired or whatever, but it seemed like a funny reason to call it Battle Creek. Yeah, this is just don't quote me on this. Who knows if that's real? We also have, I mean, most people have heard of Grand Rapids, but they took out the rapids because they wanted to have ships go through in the 20s, like coal ships, and so there's no rapids at all. It's just a river, Grand River. They're talking about putting them back, but you know how that goes. It'll be 92 by the time they get those things back. It's just the Grand. I do like Grand Rapids. Like as far as cities go, it's pretty chill. I I don't really like Chicago. Like that's too big for me. I feel on edge the whole time. At Grand Rapids, I wouldn't wander it alone at night, but I'll go there in the daytime and get lost. I get so lost in cities. Yeah, I'm not much of a city person. Some people love it, and more power to you. There was one time where I had to walk back with some friends. I think it was after a Comic Con or something, and I had to make it to like a different parking lot or whatever to meet my husband because he was at a ride. I forget all the circumstances, but we were walking through Grand Rapids at night through kind of like a shady area, and there was this like group of intimidating looking dudes, you know, kind of like standing and like yelling at people who walk by. And we had to go through that area, and so we start walking through trying to like not make eye contact, and one of them turns towards me. He's like, "You," and he starts like walking towards me like really fast. He's like, you got $1?" And I just said, "No, thank you," and we ran. And he was so confused by my response that he didn't press me on the dollar thing any further. So that's my big city survival story. Usually people at Comic Cons are so nice though, like if it is night or something, people are like, "Oh, do you want me to walk you back to your car?" That'd be really nice, thanks. What's $1? Yeah, no. glad my panic response is just be as confusing as possible, I guess. It's like the butterflies that flashed confusing patterns. Stretch break. But is it over? What? Go back in your room and sleep it off. I mean, it's... You have access to your room. That's, I guess, a good way to handle it. There's only been one time at a Comic-Con where, like, I felt unsafe with a con attendee. One over in Detroit, and some guy came, and he was clearly under the influence of something less than legal. And, like, he just came and, like, stood in front of my table and, like, didn't say anything and just kind of looked at me, like stared me down menacingly. And I'm like, can I help you, sir? And he just, like, didn't answer and was, like, kind of in another world and started, like, looming over me. And I'm like, how sharp are my pencils here? And I'm looking around for anyone who looks vaguely like security with no dice. I'm glad there's a table between us. I kept trying to get him to move along, and he was not doing it. Eventually, he lumbered off, but there was not a soul to help or tell or report this to. That con was a little crazy. Yeah, it was pretty scary, so... But thankfully, that's been, like, one interaction out of, like, hundreds of maybe thousands now, so... One out of that many is not bad. But now I have a good, like, network base at cons, so... I usually know the people at the other tables and can be like, hey! Help! We have a pretty good con crew out here. I guess I consider them co-workers now, because I see a lot of the same people. The next one is Grand Rapids Comic Con, which is one of my favorites. it's in November. November 13th through 15th this year. So you guys should come out. It's always really well run. They do a good job. I don't know about this. I'm gonna like take your rings and do water here. Sometimes I think that I should like make a little like animated short of some of the funniest interactions I've had from behind a con table. Like, I don't think I have that kind of stamina to make it. But there have been some priceless interactions. Like, even just the normal interactions are funny. Like, the amount of people that come by my table and they just kind of browse it and then their eyes get big and like, oh, you drew all this. Like, yes, it's Artist Alley. And my name is plastered all over everything. I don't really know how to answer that, but I'm glad you like it. Oh, I don't blame your cat though. Reese's is good. I want Reese's. Video. I bought some Pawpaw chocolate at the Pawpaw Festival. It was really good chocolate, and they had infused it with Pawpaws somehow. I don't know how, but the chocolate was amazing. I need to eat it still. I don't know, maybe I should make your wings bigger here. And I've always wanted to make an animation to this song too. love making music animations. It might be my favorite like way to animate, but I haven't done it in so long. I just feel like I have other things ahead of it. There's one that I mean I have a couple of Fairy Foxes ones technically in stasis. Like a perfect storm needs to happen where I like need to have no in progress projects like freelance work and I need to have the flu. Then I can make it. It usually happens where I can't sleep and so I'm just insane enough to do it. Usually I just like power through and I make it in like a week flat or something. I've done a couple in like a day. Like Break Free, which is one of the older music videos on my channel now. I did like the first half of it after a day camp I was going to. So like it, YouTube didn't unblock my stream, turn off the music. I'm sorry if the stream turns off. I'm not sure which song triggered it. I have several that live just in my head and I like have no plans to animate them. Occasionally you get that sparkly one that you're like, oh, that just needs to be real. Someday. Extra keeps me pretty busy too. Like when I don't have freelance work, I have extra. I'm hoping to have book 7 ready for Grand Rapids Comic Con. Like, I have a lot of pages to get through. But I think I can do it because a lot of those pages happen on a very simple background. So I'm hoping to just like power through those ones. I hope it cushions for the ones that don't happen on a simple background. I did a whole 3D model for Eve's room. And I think that'll save me a lot of time at the end because there's a lot of scenes that happen there. But for Fairy Foxes, I wanted to paint I just wanted to paint the backgrounds. I don't know how that's gonna go, but we'll try it. This episode is experimenting with like trying hard. Whereas past episodes of Fairy Foxes have been like, get it out as fast as possible at maximum animation speed, and I'm like going for upper mid-tier quality here. Or at least getting painting backgrounds. Point. Let me shift into maximum overdrive. Yeah, I am not by any means a professional animator in like my techniques or whatever, but I think it's really fun. I have been reading, it's called The Art of Animation or something, where they're very insightful. Oh my god, I can't sleep. I just go through a dozen pages of that. Oh, hey Moonfox! Welcome to the stream! River is sitting right here, and she is very adamant that it is dinner time. It is not. She gets fed, like, just before I go to bed at, like, 11. Oh, hey, Ethan! Welcome to the stream! Ooh! Happy getting done with work. It's so cute. Yeah, River just talks constantly. She has all the noises. All of the noises. And then my other cat is a little more sporadic. Tempe. She can make noise, but most of the time it's like these pitiful noises. And she usually is pretty quiet. I do not like this swing anymore. Oh yeah, I have done the retail game. I salute you, friend. You know what? I actually loved working with like the customers in retail. Like even the like upset customers are really funny. Like I kind of enjoyed that part. The soul draining part was just like looking at the number of soup that needs to go on the shelf in a very specific spot. And you have 97 cans of soup with all different numbers. And it's like not hard work, it's just draining work. Then when you do all 97 cans, they're like, we have 200 more cans. Quick, chop, chop. And then while you're doing that, they yell at you for not picking up the grape 200 feet away from you. That you should have sensed the customer dropping. Yeah, there's always one manager that spoils the crew in a bad way. I had a lot of good managers in my retail experience, but there is one lady who was not having it. She was just not happy any day of the week. And I told her I'd like to transfer to electronics, and she's like, talk to me in 90 days. And so I'm like, okay. And then I called her in 90 days. I'm like, okay, my 90 days is up. Can I go to electronics now? And she's like, no. Hangs up. Like, oh, okay. I didn't know what to do with that. There was this one guy who would come to our grocery store. He was a customer. And he was such a character. He would usually use like one of the scooter things. I think he had a bad leg or something. But he would get off it for long periods of time, so it would just like scream. I don't know why they had like a screaming noise for the scooter being unoccupied, but they did. But so he'd just be like, staring at the bread while this thing is going nuts. And he frequently like he learned my name, so he would like hunt me down and be like, Chrissy, I need you to help me with something. I'd just be like, loading up a shelf, and he'd see me from like clear across the store, like, Chrissy! And he never like I don't know. Like, I'm pretty sure he knew like where the macaroni was, but he still wanted me to help him find it. Maybe he just forgot. There's also this guy who was like the kindest, most mild-mannered old guy, but he looked like Santa Claus. And he had a glass eye that was always pointing like the wrong direction. And he wore bright yellow pants and like rainbow suspenders. And like talking to him, you wouldn't think he was the kind of guy who would wear that outfit, but I don't know, he was a very surreal person. I remember him a lot too. He'd be like, where do you keep the raisins? Oh, over there. Oh yes. Oh man, I still keep in touch with one of those friends, and we every time we meet up, we're like, I wonder how that guy is doing. Oh my goodness, he was the best. Yes. Like, we came into that Walgreens and we were really excited to make our video, and he like was super kind to us. He's like, "Oh yeah, I'd love to be in your video." And so we walked through what we wanted him to do, and yeah, he was super sweet. And I moved away from that area, but my friend still lived there, and she said every time she saw him, he would ask how we were doing. Yeah, I still think about that guy. I'm sure he's retired now. Should go back to that Walgreens and ask. Yeah, I hope he's doing amazing. If I ever meet him again, I'll let him know that he is famous. um, Man, I'm sad the cupcake shop closed though. The cupcake shop we used in that video closed down several years ago. They had my favorite cupcakes. I don't know if I could ever find the person who owned it again to ask for the recipe. Yeah. It lasted a while though. My family was so sweet. Like after high school sometimes I'd be like, I need a cupcake, and they're like, oh, let's go see if it's open. We'd go to that cupcake shop. Yeah. I mean, it wasn't it's like super well run. Like every time I was there, there's a different worker behind the counter. Like I don't really know what the situation was. Like, how are there 72 different workers and none of them work more than one shift? And I got given a gift card to it because I like the cupcakes so much, and it like wasn't a real gift card. Like every time I bought something, they would just scratch out the total and like write the new total. So it's this long like string of transactions on my gift certificate. And then one day they're like, we don't honor those. I'm like, oh, I guess I can't use my last $7.52 of my gift certificate. Oh, my phone has just alerted me that my stream is now live on my channel. Thank you, phone. To know. Alright, let's see how this is going so far. What is going on? What? Did I draw that on the wrong order? Oh, wait, what have I been drawing on? That's silly. Was I drawing on Zoe's? Oh, I did draw on Zoe's. I didn't do that more than once. Okay, I think. Layers. So I was at a garage sale much earlier this summer, and the lady was getting rid of like all of these like decent movies for like 50 cents each. Whoa, hey! Welcome to the stream! Yeah, it's a fairy foxes kind of day. I went through the files today and I got a lot of them into more of an organized uh, form. I've been doing pretty good. I have been facing some unwanted nerve issues, so it's been harder to draw lately, which is sad. But I'm gonna try and get that figured out so I can draw more. It's been very sad. But besides that, I have been doing really well. I'm excited about extra, and I've been, Fairy Facts always hangs over me like indefinitely. Like, not in a bad way, but I think about it a lot. So I've been wanting to get back to it. It's just something today I'm just like, I'm gonna work on it, rain or shine. We'll see how long I can hold out. Thank you. Yeah, I don't think it's anything super permanent. At least I hope not. We will see, and I'll just keep going at a pace I can manage. It's probably just because I sit like Quasimodo half the time. Thank you. I have been trying to take lots of breaks and just work on what I can manage one day at a time. But today I was feeling pretty good, so I was like, I might as well take advantage of this. Ergonomics, what's that? The chair that I work in is also on its like ninth life. It needs to be replaced, so that could be contributing. It is the time of year fairy boxes comes around. We're getting close to Kai Day. I mean, less than a month away. I haven't decided quite what I want to do for Kai Day. So I always am like, oh, I have this really big idea I want to do, and then I'm like, I don't have time to do that, and I do a speed paint or an illustration. Yay. 10-10. We'll do something. I am also a big Kai fan. How old would he be technically? Um, like if we count from his creation date, because it's hard to say because I have drawings of like squirrels that are labeled Kai. Like I was writing a squirrel story back in fourth grade, which would be 2005. So if we count Squirrel Kai, he's 20. But if we're going purely on Kai in his current and forever form, it would probably be 2007, 2008. It would be, because I think I made him the day I made that first like my new series, Fairy Fox's video. So that's Kai's like official creation date. I can go back and look at that now. Actually, I'm curious. Because that was when I decided I needed to have a grumpy fox. February 7th, 2008. So it'd be, I bet it doing ages. Be 17. It's getting close to his actual age. Wow. 17. 25. It's a good year. I know. I like suddenly realized I'm like, wow, I'm an adult now. It just hits you sometimes. Like I know that, but sometimes you just realize it more days than others. Man, I can't believe he's gonna be 17 though. Wow. Dang. Yeah, I get comments now that are like, wow, this video came out when I was born and now I'm in college. Please stop. I know Kai's gonna, I don't know, gonna be able to buy a mortgage soon. You just got back into it. Yeah, some days I'm like, wow, maybe I should try and get a degree, and then I'm like, I don't, I don't know what I would actually like use a degree for. Like, I could go into corporate job, I guess, but I'm already, no. I guess I'll do it if I have to. I'm very blessed to not need a corporate job quite yet. Guy buys a house, all the foxes move in. The good ending. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, it's almost free. You might as well. The front door. I wonder what John's doing. You releasing a spider into the wild? I have a few places that I volunteer at, just like, for kicks and giggles. And so, and one of them, actually both of them, I get to sort of be a part of the office. Do office things and use the paper clips. It's quite good. Like if I was born in the 40s, I would totally become a secretary. It's pretty fun. Yeah, secretaries are kind of a lost art these days. Like you can find receptionists still. And receptionists are exceptional most of the time. So I imagine the market's pretty competitive. But like doing volunteer data entry is like pretty close to secretarying. Not exactly. She thinks it's dinner time. She's very confused. You know, maybe you should just see what she wants. It might not be food. It might be something weird. She's usually pretty good at leading me. Hang on a second. River, show me. Show me. No, it was just food. She just wants food. Your cat is chasing something. Don't know what. That is very on brand for cats. I get scared when like both of the cats are staring at something in the carpet and like I can't see what it is. Like I know it's a bug. I can't see it. I don't like the way this looks. This is weird. So weird. Weird and two. Okay, so now we've got all the hard parts done. Now we just have to do your wind frames. Oop, your head change sizes there. At least it looked like it did. Ooh, why did the line thickness change so much? Gross. Let's see if I can fix this with the vector tools. Ew, gross. Clip, why you gotta do me like this? I try it anyway. Okay, it's salvageable. Okay, so now we're going to re-rasterize that and try to recolor the wings. They do hair ponytails. Hey! I'm doing pretty good. How are you doing? Welcome to the stream. Now we just do the wind effects. Cool. Yes, it is a fairy fox's day today, so I'm trying to just work on one of the shots near the beginning of the episode. I'm gonna try to work on the shots chronologically, just to keep some semblance of order. There's a bunch done in the middle though. I can show you my progress sheet here. This is what's done. Green is finished and red is like started but not like sketched out. Aw, thanks for coming, Moonfox. I do not know when the next stream will be. I don't know. I'm gonna try and go for next Friday at the latest. We'll see. We could do Fairy Foxes Fridays. I don't know. No promises. I'll do my best though. It really depends on how much drawing I have left in me for the day. Oh, hi Psychic! Welcome to the stream. Reconnect my tablet here. You know, my tablet started, like, I don't know, acting up, randomly disconnecting and stuff, like, years ago, and it's just kept hanging on, so... I guess we're just gonna live in this limbo. I like this tablet, just except for that it disconnects at random. Hmm. We got two more frames of wind. Well, 1.5 more frames of wind for this pose, and then two more frames of wind for that pose, and then I think she'll be done. And we can think about the background. I kind of want to layer the background a little bit. I could show you one of the last streams who worked on this. It was kind of like this layered look that I kind of want to keep going through the episode. There's an action sequence in this episode. I think it's gonna look really cool if I can pull it off. I'm kind of excited to try it. Oh my goodness. Thank you. Thanks for watching Fairy Foxes too. We're all getting older now, but I still enjoy working on it. I occasionally get thoughts of flight and fancy and think, oh, I should like write a like neat little script for like 12 solid episodes where like the plot makes sense and we get a little more like background to everybody in a more timely fashion and just do a little reboot. Don't know if I'll ever do that, but I like entertaining the idea. I've always thought that like I'd be happy if I finished fairy foxes in my 40s. Like, 'cause it does have an ending. Not just gonna make episodes ad infinitum. But like, man, the day fairy foxes ends, like, oh, maybe I'll get some obscure internet award for like slowest YouTube series. Oh, thank you. I'm happy I could be a part of your childhood. I'm glad you guys enjoy fairy foxes. It means a lot to me that there's still so much appreciation for it. I'm due for my own rewatch of it. There's some episodes I like, just, I don't know. I just remember all the cringy things about myself from some of those time periods. Episodes bring it all flooding back. I'm sure it's not quite the same for you guys to watch. Yeah, Nat, you made that like amazing Fairy Fox's Christmas video. Like my parents still talk about that sometimes. I think my whole family like huddled around the computer when you put that out. Like, whoa! Okay, that's 3 frames. So let's space that out. Oh, that back one. And then they can reuse all that. Yay! Your talking doesn't finish. I'll listen to that really quick. Oh, okay, she just talk over that. That'll be fine. I'll have to deal with that later. Oh man, Frontline! I still like that song. I haven't listened to it in a while. I need to put it back on my playlist. Moonlight Shadow is another classic. I don't think I'm quite done with that song yet. Music am I into? I still like a lot of the same music that like you hear in my videos. I like a lot of electronic music, especially like happy hardcore. I love metal and symphonic metal and rock, and I like classical. Why can't I draw what's selected? Oh, it's transparency lock. Okay, so the Eden music video I wanted to do in 3D. So I put together all of these 3D Fairy Foxes models, and I did a hawk, and I rigged a hawk, and then the hawk broke, like exploded. And I tried to make a sea of hawks, and my computer really didn't like that, so I had like 1,000 broken hawks. And they didn't even look like hawks, they just kind of looked like pine cones. Maybe I can open the file, I can show you. I mean, maybe my computer won't like that, but um I don't remember what I called it. It's somewhere in here. I have the hawk still. Well, if you were me, what would you name this file? Oh, something. Where is it? Oh, here we go. Watch my computer cry while it tries to open this. Oh dear, Mark is invisible. That's right, Mark kept turning invisible. Like they all kept turning invisible. Look at this horrifying Mark. It's just, oh gosh. Yeah, that was the problem. I think his body is floating off somewhere in the other. Looks like I removed a few hawks too. But I have this cloud structure, which I was going to use for full background. What?
Did you call it the ether?
Either. I don't know. What do you think?
Do you connect your computer to the Ethernet cable?
Oh my god. Oh. Okay, yeah. Oh, and here is a hawk also invisible. Yeah, there are some material issues going on here. Let's see if I can open up the earlier version. Yeah. Oh, he's on his, you can't really tell, but he's on his hands and knees here like he would be in the video. But every part of him except his tail is invisible. Yeah. Good job, March. For some reason, Mimi is half in the cloud as well. Yeah. Maybe if I go to like an easier, no, they're just dead. And if I happen to know where his body was, I could zoom in on it, but I don't actually know where it is. Oh, no, that's his tongue. Well, it's somewhere out there. I can show you one of the models not broken though, as I do have those. I think Zoe is in one piece. Zoe. Yeah, here's your Zoe. And I was trying to give them a toony look so that they wouldn't be super uncanny, but I don't really like how stringy they look. I was working on that. They look better like in this flat version. And I wasn't sold on the wing material either. Like I kind of like this jelly look, but I don't know. But it is fun to like open your wings. I think Andre came up pretty cool. I'll bring him up. Yeah. I like how he turned out. And I have one of his energy rings. He was one of the last ones I did, so I think I got better. Oh yeah, I wanted to do an inverted full outline, but it doesn't play nice with the way I was doing their fur. It actually looks quite bad. I had a similar problem with Roji when I was doing my extra animation. I couldn't like get his outline to work right. Because he also has fluffy hair. So I just left him without an outline. Yeah, that's Andre. Oh, sorry, one more. I did a thing with Kai where I can like make him glow blue so he can teleport. I've modeled Kai a couple times before, so I'm not sure which one is right. I'll try this. Yeah, this is right. I think he's already in glow mode. Or maybe it's just not loading his materials. Oh, I loaded his hair. Oh, there he goes. Yeah, so there's Kai. I tried to make his fur curlier, but it like messed it up, so he just looks electrocuted. Select. Oh, I'm in pose one. So you select it, and then he should have. Oh, I want to be in pose mode because I made a controller. I think it's this one. Oh no, that's his smile. That's his mouth. This is glow. I didn't label them, so. Okay, that's his sword glow controller, so he can teleport it to himself. Where's the other one? I don't know. maybe I can just do it with the mix shader. Oh, it's set to the controller, of course. I'll just leave the driver for now. Let's leave there. Oh, only I don't know where his other one is. Well, you can almost see the effect. Where's his other? Oh, it's over here. See, I'm relearning Blender. Oh, there he goes. Glowy. Anyway, that's that. And then for some reason, so I did all that work, and then for whatever reason, they're like, I want to be invisible now. I couldn't figure it out. There was nothing in the depths of the internet that could tell me why they were doing that. Maybe someday I'll get them to work. I did learn a lot more by working with the extra models. Like what to simplify down. I think if I take another whack at it, I might not make them so fluffy and give them more hard modeled details. Yeah, my computer should be able to handle it. I think it was the tool I was using for their materials, because I was using like a built-in toon shader thing I had bought as part of a pack. And it's supposed to be able to handle all these like weird effects and do all the hair and stuff. And they look really cute if they're standing still, but the second you move them, they break. So I gotta just, I think, cut that tool out of my toolbox and use it just for things I know it can handle. Oh, thanks. I have a very powerful PC right now, except for my CPU. But I don't let my CPU do too much thinking. Whenever I have to render something, I let my graphics card do it. My computer just gets sad when I try to make like 100,000 blades of grass. Like you type too many zeros in Blender and everything just stops being happy. This program is Clip Studio, the EX version. I use it every day for just about everything that I do. It does comics, it does animation, it does illustrations, and it's very affordable. I highly recommend it. And so you can see my latest finished comic page. I like don't close them out for some reason. They just sit here eating my RAM. But then when I'm like, I really should close them. I don't need these. I suddenly need them because I need to reference like the last page. So can't win either way. It's also very good about auto saving, which is great. Power outages or cats deleting things. Thank you. I think I've only ever lost one file with Clip Studio, and it was like my fault because I found it later in a weird folder. It's like, oh, I didn't have to draw that page twice. I really like it. I used Photoshop for years and years, and then I moved to Paint Tool Sci for a couple years. And then I went to Clip Studio, and I'm like, wait a second, this looks exactly like a Manga Studio debut. And it turns out it was Manga Studio debut, it just got a glow up. Because I've had Manga Studio on my shelf, and I used it, I don't know, 2009-ish? But I got fed up with the tools, because like I was trying to do a toning effect on a comic page, and it wouldn't show you like the proper half tone pattern. It would give you like a weird gray zone, and then when you exported it, it would make the real half tone. And so I would put in what I thought was the half tone and show this gray, you know, transparent overlay, and then I'd export it and have a completely like completely black panel, like inky darkness. Like, oh no, I can't work with that. So I just kind of had it as a novelty for its fun little. It still has its fun brushes. This stuff where you like make ruffles or chains or flowers or whatever. Cherry petals. So I just used it for the effects, for you're not thinking it would, come back. Look at it now. Hi, multi-fandom girl. Welcome to the stream. Oh, thanks, Ryan. I think I'm good for now. I appreciate it. Unless you know why Mark is disappearing and turning invisible. I think that is just a Blender mystery. Why is your nose moving so much? Donnie and Chloe are doing great. Donnie has a dog now, crazy German Shepherd dog. And Chloe's doing really well. She lives close by to me, so I get to see her a lot. We all see each other fairly regularly, and then Donnie's job. They're both doing their things and staying busy. And they entertain my random occasional requests for voice acting. Danny's really into like cars and vehicles and stuff. So whenever I go to his house, he has something else on wheels. Right now, I think it's motorcycles. But he's really tall, so like his motorcycles are ginormous. Like I don't think I could physically ride one. I feel like when you put a kid on an adult bike. Oh yeah, I really like this onion skin. Although it is a little annoying, you can't. Well, I think you can program it to go more than like one or two layers, but I don't have as much control over it as I would like. Like sometimes I just want to disable the ones ahead, and I want to keep the ones behind. It doesn't really let you do that. There was one program I had that let you do that. What was that? I don't know. I just got a flash to some really obscure program I had some time ago. I don't think it was Anime Studio. Anime Studio was kind of packaged with Manga Studio debut, even though I don't think they were made by the same company. But that's how I learned how to use like phones and regs. And I used it a lot in episode 5 and episode 7. Oh, I wish I had Toon Boom. It looks beautiful, but can't justify the price tag. If anybody has a connection, let me know. So many of these like really nice programs are like, please pay like $400 a year for a seat, or you can purchase it for $3,000. Like, I guess if you were doing it for your job, it would be worth it. But for what I do, I think I'll stick with Clip and Blender. I keep telling myself, like, someday I'll dive into Blender's grease pencil. It looks like it can, like, simulate Toon Boom somewhat. Ooh, you get student discount. Student discounts are really nice. I say I'm a student of life. You know, I guess I still technically have Adobe Flash on my computer, although every single time I've used Adobe Flash, I have had new and interesting and terrible results. through no fault of my own. It usually comes to exporting. Like, actually, I was trying to clear out some of my older files the other day, and I came across these 4 GB files that were back from episode 10. Is I had made the scene with Kai and Bingo and Flash, and when I exported it as an AVI, I don't know what's wrong with that codec, but it exported like a Andy Warhol pop art version that the audio was all off synced from, and the file was somehow 4 GB. I hope I saved a screenshot of that because it was pretty magnificent. We just got like 4 multicolored bingos. But yeah, that night was so mad. I was so mad at Adobe because I spent almost all night long trying to export that one scene. And what I ended up doing was downloading this really shady program that like screen captured Flash projects without like your mouse. And I used that to get it. Because it wouldn't export anything else.
Why didn't you just use unregistered hypercam?
Because I didn't have unregistered hypercam anymore, and then you couldn't download it by then. Or if you could, I couldn't find it. And then it would have had that little tag in the corner, and we just can't have that in modern Fairy Foxes, John.
Unregistered hypercam is the seal of
Unregistered
quality.
hypercam 2? I miss unregistered hypercam. You know, I wonder if it's still on my computer. Hypercam, are you still here? No. Still not here. Because my current hard drive is technically like a copy of a copy of a copy of my old computer. Actually, no, that one's still technically my computer, but it's in dormancy right now. I unplugged it because my computer kept trying to boot from it, and it's pretty old. Oh, my other, sorry, I keep remembering Adobe Flash stories now. My other Adobe Flash story is the day I got it, or actually got it for Christmas, because my dad was able to get it through a student discount that he had. Um, and I was so excited because, you know, everybody on the internet always made things in Flash, and it looked beautiful. I'm like, wow, this will be a great, easy tool to make fairy foxes in. I'll be set. And so I opened it, and I was immediately met with the brush changing sizes when you zoom in, which is the stupidest feature I can think of in an art program. Like, it was like if you draw it this size when you're out here and you zoom in, it will keep your brush the same size, so now you draw it this size. Yeah, and there's no way to turn that off. It's just permanently like that. And so I decided my first order of business would be to make a Fairy Fox's music video. And I had my song and I dropped it in, and I did like the first bar of line art, you know, just to get started. And I played it back, and I'm like, okay, that's pretty good. And it kept playing the song after I stopped the playhead, and I'm like, well, that's kind of weird. And so I went to go start it again, and it wouldn't like replay the song. It just wanted to keep going. It's like, well, maybe it's just glitched. And so I closed out the entire program, like kill switched it, and the song was still going. I have no idea. And I'm like, well, that is really weird. And so I did it again. Same thing happened. Like, as soon as I started the song, it wouldn't stop. I'm like, well, I can't do this. I guess that's that. So I limited my experience with Adobe Flash. I did try to use it several times. I forgot her ponytail on one of these. They fixed it in Adobe Animate. Ugh. Yeah, I'm not going back to it. I don't I don't do Adobe anymore. I don't like the subscription model. If they ever did a buy it once forever thing again, I might consider it. Not in the current way of things. Yep, and I forgot her ponytail more than once. Oh, yeah. I always get these ads from Adobe because I think they're just trying to beg me to come back for whatever reason. And they're all like, make your project special with AI, and all the comments are, super angry, and there's angry faces all over it. Like, it's kind of tone deaf marketing there. It's funny to watch though, since I don't support their products for different reasons. It's funny to watch everybody be mad at them. Okay, whatever happened to this last meeting? Oh, that's right. I was supposed to. I forgot. I was supposed to be using anti-aliasing brushes this whole time. Oh well. We'll remember that for next time. This is what happens when you don't animate for months. I personally will. I don't want to use AI in my work ever. I think it's silly, and I don't appreciate the copyright implications, but I'm not really afraid of it taking over stuff. Hello, River. Okay. Are you hungry? It is about her dinner time. Sit. Want a food? Want a food? Alright, I'm gonna go feed the cat really quick. She's been very patient. I'll be right back.
She has not been patient at all. Oh
breaking.
no, your picture fell.
Oh, that's weird.
I liked it.
All right, cats are very happy to be fed. All is right in the world as far as they are concerned. So we're just gonna do her body and your now. And we'll go back and get the other colors in a bit. Let's get our details coming together. We're almost done. Part of this is just like being careful not to color the same like repeated frames twice. You're just making more work. Okay, I think that's all the Mimi frames. So now we just have to duplicate the right ones where they go and fill in the missing colors. Let's see how that looks all together. Whoa, what happened there? Hello. Um. Okay. That's the fun part of working on animation. Is like you're like looking good, looking good. Oh my goodness, what is that nightmare thing? So next is fluff. And your eye, when it's actually open. Animation does require some amount of patience, but I think the result is just like there's nothing like seeing drawings appear to be moving. It's very satisfying. It's worth the patience investment. There's so many different kinds of animation, like there's something out there you'll probably enjoy. Like stop motion or like whatever this is that I'm doing now. 3D animation. Choppy frames and smear frames. I that was my favorite thing as a kid. I would take like our Sonic X DVDs and I would go through frame by frame to see how they animated Sonic. And there are some hilarious frames. So I would do this and I'd call my brother over and be like, Daddy, look at this one. And we just die laughing. But I learned a lot from doing that. Yeah, the smear frames are great. Especially with Sonic, because obviously he goes fast. They do a lot of crazy stuff with him. I don't mind drawing the same thing over and over. I guess that's why I can survive comic work. I whenever I saw books at Comic Cons, I like to put doodles in them, like when people buy. And I draw Roji the most often. And so I have Roji down, I don't know, maybe 20 seconds. You can measure here. Just, I kind of do this thing, or like, do just like a little doodle Roji. And people are like, wow, how'd you draw that so fast? I'm like, I've probably drawn him 12,000 times. In the comic and just on doodles and oh, you saw that? So my friend makes a comic called Moxie. You should read it. It's at moxiecomic.com. But we were joking about we were talking about cons, and she said everybody mistakes her main character Mari as Moxie because that's the title. And so I said Moxie's my favorite character. Just draw fan art. So I did like, I don't know if I have it up anywhere, but I did. Her character Mari is Twilight Sparkle, like this weird amalgamation, and then I drew her characters as she has these characters that are called Paraki, and they're like bird people. But I did Team Parocket is my favorite too. Made this for her. They they're kind of like the antagonists, so it works eerily well. Did you see my Team Parocket, John? John, look at my Team Parocket.
You missed it. They're amazing. Good job. Your MS Paint skills shine through.
I don't know why I'm coloring with the onion skin on. Wait, am I coloring on the line art now? Oh no. That's what I was coloring on the onion skin on. Was I doing that the whole time? Oh, great. Mm. Does it really matter? Making the characters look the same in every frame? Yeah, I have that problem too, actually. My go-to message is I don't care. As long as they're recognizable, I feel like my job is done. Like sometimes I see like other people put out indie animations where it basically looks like it was made by a professional studio. But those people are insanely talented. They have like bucket loads more patience than I do. But at the same time, I'm like, I think my goal is more just to have like a fun little finished story instead of a masterpiece of artistic feats. Oh yeah, Nat, you go for like fancy schmancy transitions and stuff. I kind of make my comic by almost the same philosophy. Like, I like to say I'm a recovering perfectionist because I just try to make it not perfect, just done. Why are you laughing?
I think that's
Okay. Never tell. Oh yeah, it's really cool to see what Flex Productions is putting out. My husband is following the guy behind it. Like, oh, when he started, he somehow found his like student stuff. So it's been fun to see his rise. Yes, I'm based out of West Michigan. Almost all of my cons are in West Michigan. I don't really venture outside.
I can't believe you're doxing yourself.
I mean, it's on my website. Oh no, you narrowed me down to West Michigan. Actually, I had a very surreal experience at a Comic Con because a girl and her dad were walking by, and the girl stopped, saw fairy foxes on my backdrop, and she's like, "Those are in my school." And I'm like, wait a second, did you go to this school? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, I painted those in 2008. They made us paint like ceiling tiles in art class, and I really wanted to advertise my YouTube channel in 2008, for the next kids. And I thought for sure, like, they're gonna have the next class paint over these tiles. But no, they've survived all these years and they're still on the ceiling. I mean, as far as I know. That's wild. Yeah, so if you ever in that one Michigan school, which I won't disclose, find fairy foxes on the ceiling. know. Yeah, it was pretty cool. The teacher was really strange though. She like she like didn't like children. I don't know how to say it. She was like the first day of class. She's like, "I'm not your mom, so I'm not gonna clean up anything that you leave out." I'm like, okay. She's like, "If you lose anything, I'm throwing it in the trash." Okay. And then she's like, "This class is gonna paint a mural on that wall." And she decided this like 3 weeks before school was supposed to end. And so our class started painting, and one by one, everybody dropped out except for me. And so she was like, "You have to come in like late to finish this mural." I spent my last days of 8th grade finishing a mural. I've been back to that mural and it looks a lot worse than I thought it did when I finished it. I don't blame myself too much because I had to paint it by myself in like a week. Man, I'm thinking about the art class. She like she like didn't have a lot of structure, which for some kids was bad, but for me it was fine. So I would just kind of work on whatever I felt like working on that day. And one day, I had biology like right after art class in the morning, and we had a project due that day, which was like a big project, a big piece of the grade, which is to diagram a plant cell or something and make a whole thing of it. And I had done this assignment, but it was a video. You can still see it on my YouTube channel. And so I did my whole plant cell project, and I had forgotten to upload it to YouTube. And so I didn't have it, and there it was like the next class, and there was no way to get it. So I quick used my entire art class to make a new plant cell to turn in. And I made it in like half an hour. I'm sure it was very obvious, but I got a pity B plus. So, mm. Oh, you live in West Michigan? I am in the Grand Rapids area. It's nice when I go to Grand Rapids Comic Con because I can sleep in my own bed. Oh, yeah, out in Canada. Mm, I I go to Muskegon on occasion, but I don't live close to Muskegon. But I have okay, so there's this arcade in Grand Haven called Grand Fun, and it is my new favorite arcade. And if anybody beats me at Pump It Up, I will give you a Fairy Foxes sticker.
Playing for high stakes? I see.
Well, if I had something better, I'd give you that. I'm not that good at Pump It Up. I'm like intermediate.
You were not
I
intermediate.
am
You're really
intermediate.
good at it.
But yeah, Grand Fun is pretty great. It's like the tiniest, cutest arcade, but they are so kind there, and they'll give you free plays on stuff if you just want to try it out. Yeah, I don't pinpoint my town online, but if you come to a con, California, that is way out west. I've only been to California once. Actually, no, I've been there twice. Take that back. There's lots of mountains and hills and things. You know, Michigan is a sleeper state for creators. There's actually a lot of creators from Michigan. So you're just kind of hush hush. Hello, hyena. Welcome to the stream. Oh yeah, Ohio and Michigan almost went to war back in the day. I always forget like Ontario borders all those states because like I don't usually drive across the border despite it being right there. I'm like, oh yeah, there is land over there. It's not just Michigan surrounded by oceans. They are lakes. I've been to Canada once, maybe twice. I guess I've been there twice. And then the Niagara Falls thing when I was like 5. And then we went up on this like special train ride when I was 7. And what was it was this beautiful train ride. It was like peak fall foliage. But we had gotten Game Boys specifically for this road trip, and so my brother and I played our Game Boys the whole time. And he got so mad at me because we had a link cable, and you can play like Super Mario Brothers on it where you stomp on turtles and you can throw each other into this trash can if you're playing two players. So I would always throw him in the trash can and then stand on the trash can so he couldn't get out, and he would get so mad at me. He was only like 4, so uh, I was having a great old time. My mom's like, guys, look out the window. It's beautiful. We're just squabbling. That was such a fun trip, though. And ironically, I remember that train trip better than I ever would have, and how beautiful it was because we had the Game Boys. So, in a way, they did help seal my memory. Hmm, I'm doing pretty good. I probably shouldn't have drawn this much tonight, but it's okay. Mm, I'm having fun all the same. Uh, It's almost there. Something's weird about Mimi, though. I mean, I have to fix her. I'm just gonna like animate her moving these ones in post, so I don't feel like drawing that much. Oop, oop, oop. Kiki stopped being animated. Kiki, where are you? Oh, thank you. I'm glad it's turning out. You should try it. It's fun to start. Like sometimes it's difficult and it doesn't always come out how you want it to look, but sometimes it does come out and it's very fun. I don't know if I'll get to the background tonight, but just having this part done is huge. Okay, and then should be pretty easily animatable in Sony Vegas. So let's just put on their eye shinies so that they just look a little nicer. Yeah, animating is it's like it's daunting that you can start as small as you want. Well, thank you, Hyena. I am actually a Christian, so thank you for asking. Oh, oh, you're learning guitar? That's awesome. I tried learning guitar a couple years ago. I learned two chords, the A chord and the D chord. I was working on G and I was trying to learn Silent Night. Um, and I got about 2/3 of it. I could kind of work through 2/3 of it. I need to try that again. Oh, you're a drummer. That is awesome. Like, I don't understand how people can be so steady in tempo for to be like a drummer. I play violin and like, tempo is something I had to learn. It was not innate. I am the queen of rushing. I play in church and like for family and for fun, but I have played in a lot of orchestras and I kind of miss that. Oh, cool. I'll have to check out your drum videos. We should all start a band, guys. Weird guitar, violin, drum, keyboard band. Yeah, I don't play piano in any functional way, although I have tried to teach myself the basics. So I can play the right hand or I can play the left hand, but when I try to do both, it's not happening. I have a one clef mind. Pianists are strange, talented people who can think about more than one thing at once. They're basically mental jugglers. I've heard of people learning piano through apps. That's like such a foreign concept to me. I don't even think about it. It'd probably be nicer than what I was doing. I have this like easy Mario music book for piano, and I was working on one of the Yoshi's Island songs that I love, and I did get through it. So I guess I got that, and then I was able to play the song from the game To the Moon. So I have those two songs. My sister is always like whenever I play the To the Moon song, she's like, "You always play that one." It's the only song I know, Chloe. And then I wanted to, of course, learn uh, River Flows in You because who doesn't know that song on piano? So I got a little bit into that too. Ooh, Take On Me, that's an interesting one to learn for piano. Alright, I think this is about where I want to be tonight. Let's check. Just some final. Oh, there's something weird here. Chloe, hey! Welcome, Chloe. So all that's left now is really the speaking animation, which I'm thinking of moving to like anime style dialogue animation. Now would be a good time to try it out. Oh dear. Yeah, here we go. We'll just like do like here, let's see what it looks like. I'm just, I don't know, I'm to that stage of animating where it's time to do stupid things. Okay, guys, let me know what you think of the new talking method. I shouldn't even load all of it, just loaded one. Not even trying my stupid idea. Come on, Clip Studio. Okay, that's enough of that. I don't know how I'm gonna animate it with the clip acting like this. Hmm. Let's see what this looks like, and if not, I'll go for more traditional mouth flapping animation style. Oh, that doesn't look too bad actually. I think for every single episode of Fairy Foxes, I've kind of stuck to a very realistic and rigid mouth animation. And it looks good, but it takes a lot of time. Thank you. Alright, now we just have to get Clip Studio to play nice here with the dialogue. I can hear the dialogue. I don't think you guys can. But let's see what this looks like. Okay. Let's see. There we go. That looks pretty good. We did it. That is a very late time to vacuum. Although I can't say I haven't vacuumed at 11:30 before, so. Yay! Okay. I don't think I'm gonna do like the full background tonight, but I'm gonna just put on the color that the background vaguely would be so I can check what it'll look like. Glue that down. Yay! That's pretty good to me. So now we can go to our progress sheet. We can check off so many things here. Lines. Sounds pretty much there. PG. Not there. Actually, no, we haven't even started sound effects yet. Yeah, the sound is about as good as I can get in here. Yeah, a good chunk. Oh, he was waiting for you so long, he fell asleep. Oh, thanks, guys. I'm glad you like it. Thank you for coming to the stream tonight. I think it turned out pretty good. When we make Mimi actually fly instead of just stay in place there, it's gonna look even better. Yay! It feels good to have a chunk of fairy foxes done. Yay! Thanks, guys. I will try to stream again, possibly next week, depending on how much I can get done this week. But I appreciate you all. Your support is really special to me, and hopefully we'll get through 15 sooner rather than later. Have a wonderful night, everybody. I'll see you next time. Good night.